Alright, so the next batch is Hannah Carlson. Also one of the first ever books that I bought, because her illustration was her books and it was everywhere on Instagram, and I just like, wow, she's amazing. So I got Daydreams, which happens to be her first book ever also. As you can see, I finished quite a lot. Well, I finished some. This is done in 2020. I actually don't remember what pencil I used in this one. Sorry about that, but it looks like Prismacolors to me. Yeah, I was still very much learning about color combinations and putting those bright colors and putting the shades so it can pop out a certain part like this, you know. Yeah, so this is a very, very practice piece, I might say. Next is this one. Finished this in 2020 also, and also used Prismacolors. I really like this one. I feel like the one that I did in the previous one was achieved on this page. I do wish I did put more effort on this part, but this one I really liked. Although I don't know what's wrong with this paper. It's not as good as the other Hannah Carlson papers. I don't know, it's just, I guess it's the only one that I bought here. Everywhere else I bought from Book Depository, so maybe that's the reason. Wait, hang on. Alright, this was my test page for my Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils. So I just wanted to try how it looked, how it colored, and how it did on this paper. Yeah, so I just like splashed colors, you know. I try to make an autumn look. This is 2021. On the page that I want. My whip. I feel that I failed on this one. I was looking for the autumny garland look, and I don't know, I was just struggling. I didn't feel like I got there. I may try it again, but not yet. Okay, this is double spread. Use Prismacolors on this, even the background. I finished this in 2021. I was trying to be bold and color her skin more like a sea creature, you know. I'm gonna color her purple. Yeah. I did not do that. I did put purple for shadows, but I was like, no, I'm not brave enough to do that, so still use some skin tones in there. Anyway. This one, this one I did use colored pencils, but this one I tried using pastels. That's why it's it transferred here. I should cover it. Finishes in 2020. I remember I was struggling coloring the crystal. I had to even watch some YouTube videos how to color these crystals and how to achieve the gold look for the frame. Next, it's Spirit Animals. Spirit Animals is one of my favorite books. I don't know, I just like the concept of it, the illustrations in it, and I really hope I can finish this book one day. Actually complete the whole thing. Hopefully, one day. We'll see. So this one was a very recent finish. This is my last ever finish from 2023 December. So I used Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils for the background, and then everything else with Prismacolors and Posca for the highlights. This took me forever. I don't know why. I couldn't decide on how to color the background, so I just darkened this part and then colored it. You know, I messed up around here somewhere. I tried to cover that. I do like her eyes though. She's looking straight at you. This one, another struggle, but I'm really happy at how it turned out. I did this in 2022. Used watercolor pencils on the back. No, I used the Caran d'Ache Neo Color for the background, and everything else with Prismacolors and Posca pens. I really wanted to do something that was like limited colors. I just wanted to use black and pink, you know, on that sort of shade. And you know, since she's a sea creature, again, I tried to do something courageous, something brave and something different for her skin tone. Wanted to be a little pale, and in the end it kind of still looks like this, a normal skin tone. I just wish it was more yellow. This one, yeah, I when I saw her, the first thought was she has to be red hair. Yeah, she looks badass though. I think I struggled with the background. Yeah, I guess that's why I decided to use Derwent, because coloring with background with pencils, especially this size, it's so tiring. And I was kind of looking for like a watercolor look. I'm not really too happy about it. Just wish I did both at the same time, but no. This is one of my favorite ones. I really loved how I colored this. So this is what you can get if you have more than one hobbies. Well, I took inspiration from one of my cross stitch pieces that I was doing, and I love the colors on that piece, and I thought I'm gonna use that color on her. And I really loved how it turned out. I really like it. I mean, this hat, I don't even remember how I colored that, but that looks spot on if I say so myself. The background also Derwent Inktense. Finished this in 2021. I really studied for this how to make that golden look, and I think I did pretty well. It was very tiring though, very, very tiring. Oh yeah, I used Posca gold pen markers for this, but funnily enough, the pencil ones look more golden than that. Okay, next is Magical Dawn. I only have one finish on this one, and this one. This one is Polychromos, finally, something other than Prismas. And look at that color. I mean, Polychromos. Yeah, the price, it really matches the quality. I mean, look at the colors. It's just so pretty, so pretty. I don't think I used a lot. It's just the blending was easy, and it's just so bright colors. And look at these cute mices. Look, I think I got better at coloring crystals. Used a lot of Poscas for this. So this one, yeah, it's a whip, and I do not like it. I was trying to achieve a certain look, but I don't know, it just failed for me. This one, I think I used, this one I used gouache. Yes, I was trying to use gouache paint, because you can, yeah. And apparently blending and creating a certain effect with gouache is not easy. I just need to learn more, I guess. Still need more learning. This is the only finish I have on this book and I love it. So pretty. I love the colors. I really like the colors. It's so bright. Finished it in 2021 and I use Prismacolors for this one. And I started using a lot more than just white Poscas. As you can see, I have a few Posca colors here and there. Yeah. My last Hanna Karlzon book, The Midnight Masquerade. This one I was learning to do a bokeh background, and I thought I wanted to do a bokeh background, and this picture was the perfect for it. Was perfect for it. Yeah, I did a small tutorial on Instagram on how to color the fur, and I watched a few YouTube videos to learn to do the bokeh, and I think I succeeded. It took me a long time to do this page. I remember. I remember I just wanted bright colors for this. It just seemed festive. Yeah, this one is really bright. Turned out brighter than I thought it would. Maybe because of the tie. I finished it in 2020. I just thought she was wearing a mask, Mardi Gras or something, I don't know. And then this color just popped on into my head, and I thought, I'm just gonna do purple and emerald. But I think I went a little too bright on the emerald, because this is just really bright. I don't even know how to tone it down now. I think this was Prismacolors, yeah. Alright, this one is 2020, and this is another effort, another try to use watercolors. This one, I really was trying to use two colors to have that look. As you can see, very messy, very messy. I was looking for the Phantom of the Opera vibe or something like that. Alright, so that's my Hanna Karlzon batch. I'll get back to you with the next batch. Okay, next one is Joanna Basford. One of the most, the first people who actually made this cover. I think she actually made the whole dot coloring book huge. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I did buy a bunch of her books, like the garden one, the secret garden one, is it? And then, but it's one of those books that I lost. But believe me, I didn't finish any on those books because they're kind of intimidating, you know, with the details and stuff. But this is World of Flowers, and this one is a small finish I did. I think I was trying to learn to use Prismacolors back then. This is one of those practice pieces that I did. This one I finished in 2020. This is really bright. Yeah, I really I don't know, I have a tendency to color in bright colors. I think I can't. You know how you just started, like, I'm gonna go dark, and then in the end it's just like, let me add this color, and then add this color, and then in the end it just turned out really bright. This is one of those pages, but I'm glad I did that dark background because it really makes the colors pop out. I was really happy with this page. I still am. Because for me, coloring flowers is just really hard. I cannot. It's so hard for me. This one is another piece that I did when I was just learning bokeh background, and I did a lot of that. So on this page, for this one I was inspired from the seasons. This was winter. This is summer, spring, and autumn. Yeah. So I googled the color. What do you call those color thingies where they give you a set of colors? I don't know. It's just I can't get it in my head. Sorry. But I googled spring colors, winter colors, and then I just stuck to those and then did everything. I really like how it turned out. It just colored the borders black. It kind of looks like stained glass. I don't know. What do you think? I remember I was doing this one. I wanted to do this one, and then it got me the idea to do the other three. As we got here, it got faster and faster because I was used to coloring this, because these took forever. So small and tiny, and I had to keep doing shadow, the shading. Right, and this one finished in 2021. This background is gouache. Yes, I don't know, I just had this thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try gouache. And this, I remember it took forever to get the color and shading that I wanted. To the point I was very, very, very frustrated with it, and I just wanted to give up. But then, you know, it went all over. It went into the horse, and then I really had this the idea was in my head. Straight, it was like this was in my head. But I was struggling to get there, but I'm really glad in the end it turned out exactly what I wanted, with the bright hair and all this and the colors. The only thing that I don't really like is the tower, but yeah, I really love the horse. And I remember I was so happy because Joanna Basford actually put this pic on her story. Yeah, that felt amazing. That's the first time the artist actually noticed me, so that was a proud moment for me. And look at the mess I made. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to figure out some way to cover this. But gouache, don't know if I'll ever use that again, because it's really thick. So gouache is basically like acrylic and watercolor, because it blends well like watercolor, but it has this thick acrylic look, but it's also matte look instead of the glossy. Is it matte? Yeah, matte. Right. I guess that's the only Joanna Basford finishes I have, although I do have her books, a lot of her books, but these two are the ones that I did, because the people in Instagram do amazing work on her, and every time I see those pics, I can't do another one that's already been done so amazing. I don't know why, it just feels like I've seen people do amazing ones on this one, and I feel like there's no way I can do justice on these pictures. So yeah, that kind of makes me intimidated by this Joanna Basford books. Right, next batch. Right, so the next one is Menresh durch Europa, Reader Berman books, and this is the Europe version. I love her books. The illustrations are so cute. I actually have other Reader Berman books, but these are the ones that I just colored. This one was done in 2021, and for me, Reader Berman books should be colorful. I don't know why. I mean, I guess because that's just how she colors her illustrations, if you see in her Instagram pages. Yeah, and I just really enjoyed, because I actually looked up which city this was in, and it was in Cologne, and they had this cute houses over there that's so colorful, and I just copied that, and everything else came with it. I tried to do the clouds that she does, but don't think I succeeded that very well, but I do like them. They're cute. These are just lovely. I love these little pages where she makes them small, just like Joanna Basford would do. And for me, I don't like to, because it's on one page, I just think that it should be united. It should be one thing, one whole page instead of just small pictures. So I color them as a whole. So as you can see, there's kind of like, I made these green backgrounds, and then I made these blue backgrounds, and then, and I used basically I used the same colors in all of these. This red and this red and this red is basically the same. So I just tried to maintain like a unity among these 9 pictures. And I finished this in 2022. This is done with Prismacolors and Posca pens. Yeah, and this one. I made a little video on coloring these watermelons for Instagram. It was a speed coloring. It's really cute. And this one, it's a different version of this one, of the other one, but it's just way more detailed, and I love this. I enjoyed coloring it so much. And again, I did the unity thing where I put the same background on each. I kind of imagine it like, the concept was, this was morning sky, daylight sky, and night sky. And so it was like mornings going on a sailboat, and then you have a nice drink on the noon and camp at night, and this is an afternoon tea, those things. Well, actually it's supposed to be a morning tea, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. Again, I used the same colors on each part, and I think I'll do more of this, because this is so much fun. This was so much fun. And the Asian one, surprisingly, I've only done one on this one, and this I happen to be an ARMY. An ARMY is a fan of BTS, the K-pop band, Bangtan Sonyeondan. For those who don't do K-pop anyway, and they have this connection with fans where we have I don't know how you say it, but the color of the fandom is purple, and their symbol for us is the whale. So when I saw this pic, I was my mind went straight to the ARMY whale and all the color purple. So this is what I did for that. I made it purple, and this one for the background I used Distress ink. This is the first time I tried using Distress ink, and I love it. And everything else I did with Prisma, a little bit of Posca. Yeah, that's it. I was confused on what to color the buildings, and then I just made this golden concept, and I just added some. Again, this was one of those things that I wanted to try less colors. I just want to stick to 2 or 3 colors. In the end, I used around 4, I guess. So, but yeah, I really like this one, and I finished it in 2023. This from this book, Mensch durch Afrika. God, I hope I said it right. This is the latest of her books, and this is the latest of my finish. This is the most recent one. I finished this in 2024 in January. Yeah. Again, for this one, I googled Mali. I guessed it was Mali because from this page, I don't know, I assumed that they're like one connected. So I googled Mali, and I found out, and it was correct because the houses look exactly the same. And I found out about they really like bright colors. I mean, I understand because basically they live in the desert and their houses are made of mud, It's for the weather, and it's all brown. So they have this contrast of super bright colors for the traditional clothes, for their decorations, and it's so beautiful. And I really wanted to capture that in this one. So I made sure that in my mind it was like, okay, I'm gonna make everything brown and except for her dress, so she stands out, you know. I picked a color theme from Pinterest. I just looked for an African color theme, and I found this set of colors where it's this blue and this brown and then a tint of orange, and I thought that's a perfect color for this. And then on this orange, yes, and then I colored everything else. Yeah, I really like this one too. Got a like from Mirta Berman herself, which is a good thing. Always. Okay, on to the next one. Oh yeah, guys, if you maybe hear some kind of like sounds in the background, that's just my local mosque. So sorry if it kind of disturbs, but I hope you can still hear me well. It's quite loud here, but I don't know about you guys if you hear it. Anyway, next is Kerby Rozan's, of course. We love him. I have a bunch of his books, but oh my god, we all know how detailed his illustrations are, but I need to have these books. I don't know, I love his drawings, and I just felt like, you know, I'm just gonna buy it. I will make myself color them one day, but I managed to color two pages, one from this book and another from Worlds Within Worlds. So this one, I colored this one. I used acrylic paint for the background. It's just black paint. Yeah, it was kind of scary painting in these small spaces, but you can actually feel the texture here. But I do prefer acrylic on coloring books compared to the gouache, because it doesn't feel like there's paint at all. I mean, look, it's not even rigid. It's not rigid. Is it rigid? Yeah, the right word. Sorry, but I hope you know what I mean. It's just really nice. And everything else I colored with Prismacolors. I actually looked up the type of frog, because Kerby actually always puts the names of the actual animals and information on the back. It's basically about endangered animals, and this frog, I just googled it and then I colored it according to the picture I found, which was exactly these pics. They were exactly the same, so I just copied that, and I finished this in 2021. This one is Worlds Within Worlds, and I managed to color one. This one, yeah, it's big. The face is really big. I was very drawn into the face of the lion, and I did not have a clue on what I was going to do about the rest of the page, but all I wanted to do was the lion, so I did that first, and then everything just grew naturally. So I was kind of confused on what to do with the trees. Should I go green, or should I just do an autumn color like his mane, you know? But I don't know, I just suddenly had this idea to do the green, and went to the blue to the background. I did not actually want it to be, the background to be this bright. Actually, I kind of wanted it to be a little darker, but it turned out to be really bright. But yeah, well, it is what it is. And the animals, I did not know what to do with them, so I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna color that, and then put some Posca pens on there and outline them with Posca pens so they can stand out more. Yeah, I think and then the last, after I did everything, I realized it wasn't as dramatic, so I added a lot of dark add colors on this part of the between the trees. I added black, and then I added black more here just to make him pop out more, you know. Yeah, I like it, but it's just, I just wish this wasn't as bright. Alright, this was done with Prismacolors. And hang on, I used Inktense for his face, for the lion's face. Yeah, and then everything else Prismas, and then Posca pens. Right.